This country is in the southeast of Europe, in the eastern part of the Balkan Peninsula.
The Changa is an Arab Balkan Greek and Turkish influences.
Its food is in many ways similar to the food served in Greece and Turkey: tomato, cucumber, and cheese salad.
3,200 species vegetarian. Its famous landmarks are Monastery of Rila and Bulgara. Its famous cathedrals are Cathedral of Alexander Nevsky and Cathedral of St. Louis.
It is a country in the center of Europe. It is next to Germany.
They have developed and popularized variety of music and genres and folk dances such as mazurka, krakowiak, polska partner dance, and opek. The most famous instrument is the likałka.
The type of music is known as the disco polo in this country. The six famous monuments are Warsaw Mosaic, Warsaw Appreciation Monuments, Auschwitz, current Catholics, Wawel, and famous Town Hall. This country is a landlocked country in Central Europe. Its capital is Budapest.
In our country, you can visit a lot of places, but these are the most important: the Parliament and the Fisherman's Bastion. They are located in the capital. In the music of this country, a lot of instruments are used. The principal ones are the violin, hardicati, guitar, and more. The folk music is the traditional music of the place.
This gastronomy is an element that stands out in the Magyar culture, which is 1,000 years. Typical food: goulash, palacinta, langos, and samloy.
Abundant space of animals such as the free, the fox, the deer, the wild boar, the duck, the heron, the crane, and the storks are very frequent in the country. The Great Plain, which is a great art, a steppe, this is a refuge for many migratory species.
It is a country in the Balkan Peninsula, in the southeast of Europe, with petals in the north and mountains with ski resorts in the south.
The most typical dishes of this country are sarma, sevapi, and burek. This food has Greek and Turkish influence. Its music has a lot of variety of musical styles, which are part of the broader Balkan tradition with their own style.
The flora has six mountain areas: confidence forest, substantial forest, Mediterranean forest, vegetation state, and border state. The fauna is underived among the protected species found in this mountain. Amid the deer, the European lynx, among others. In total, there are 90 species of mammals and about 110 species of fresh fauna fish.
The most interesting places are the Cathedral of San Saba and the Novi Sad, for its long history as the center of culture and study.
Björk, a singer, and Sigur Rós, a band, are some of this country's most influential and famous people.
The waterfalls, volcanoes, and glaciers are the most important landforms in this country. For example, the Detifos Glacier.
EDL Roth was a famous painter, a sculptor, and a drawer, and also a German poet. And he made My is a Man, also a rock soap stars.
Magnus Chewin invented the Lazy Town TV series in Iceland. In 1991, he published the book and then the TV series.
Hi, my name is Mario and we are going to talk about a country in the European Union. In my case, I'm going to talk about the history of this country. The most relevant person in the history of this country was a warlord, Alexander the Great. He conquered all the Persian Empire, from Greece to the Indus River during the 4th century before Christ. He did all this thanks to his military ingenuity.
Next, I'm going to talk about inventions in our country. There, people invented concrete. A few years ago, scientists thought that concrete that is used at construction was invented by the Romans, but now they believe that these people invented. And they even discovered that the Earth has a round shape.
Hello, my name is Marcos, and I'm going to explain the geographical features. Its capital is Skopje. To the south is Greece. To the west is Albania. To the east is Bulgaria, and to the north is Serbia.
Now I am going to talk about a famous painter from my country. The painter's name is Peter Masek, and he has many famous paintings such as Net, Red Expression, and a tribute to my son Cosette. Another type of famous paintings are the Codex of Salter in Paris.
There is an important woman in science, Natasha Shokova. She's a mathematician and a teacher of the University of South Florida. She is known because of her work in DNA computing.
Some important people of the country search about is Shammut Joseph Ergon, whose real name is Shammut Joseph Krakos. He was a Jewish writer novelist, and he was the first people of his country to win the Nobel Prize of Literature in 1966. Marina Biasowska is a mathematician of this country, who in 2016 solved the problem of packing spheres in dimension 8, and then in collaboration with others within dimension 24.
In this country, there are a lot of famous paintings, such as King's Pike from Katerina Bilocourt, Black Beast from Maria Primachenko, and Unexpected Visitors of Ilya Repin.
In this country are so many inventions that are so many important in the world today, as the bloodless blood test, the eco air-driven car, the vaccine against cholera and plague, the anti-hurricane device, and the helicopter.
Hello, my name is Hugo, and I'm going to talk to you about one of the most famous paintings of our country. This painting is Five, which was painted by Paja Jovanovic.
Stephen Amanja was known as Saint Simon, was one of the most important leaders of the country, and he was the founder of the Orthodox Church.
In this country, there are a lot of typical food, but one of these is cacamat. It's made of corn flour and potato, and it is served with cheese and milk. It's very popular in the village of this country.
Our country is situated in the Balkan Peninsula, a very extremely mountainous peninsula, and the three most important macro-relief units are the valley of the Theta River, the plains of the Theta, and the Danube River basin.
This country is the smallest of the Balkan Peninsula in population and is the second smallest in landmass. The landmass is 3,800 square kilometers.
Martina Hingis is a professional tennis player and she has 5 Grand Slam single titles.
Jean-Marc Savary is an artist. His paintings are unique because he has a geometrical style inspired by his life and family.
Ludmila Patrusakova was an astronomer that discovered the skies. She of them had the capabilities the acceleration is listed as 655 meters.
In this country, they speak German. A very famous tradition is the ceremonial Kessel drive that consists of taking away cows in late summer from grasslands high in the Alps.
Kapsnofel are the typical cheesy dumplings and represent the national dish of this country. It is a poor but a substantial dish based on a dense base, small and irregular in shape. They come with melted cheese and fried onions.
The army was surprised shortly after the Austro-Prussian War of 1866, making this country one of the 15 countries in the world with a permanent army. So, the country national police is the only police force independently that provides security and maintains a staff of only 120 employees. A famous writer in this country is Sigrid Stoll, born in 1964. She studied in the University of St. Malo where she graduated in 1988. She has been a member of the Center of International Affairs at Harvard, and one of her books is The Trade Policy of the European Union.
The most famous people in this country are Tina Weyrich, that is an alpine skier, Alexander Kellner, that is a paleontologist, and Andreas Wessel, that was also a skier.
This is the flag of the country. The top is blue, the middle part is red, and the bottom is green. On the red color there is a drawing of a moon and a sun.
This is a famous monument called Nizami Banjabi. It's in the country that we're talking about, placed in the city of Baku. Nizami Banjabi is considered the greatest romantic poet in the Persian literature.
A famous writer from this country is Chingiz Abure, that is a writer of detective novels and has written more than 86. He was born on the 7th of April of 1959 in Baku. He has 2 famous prizes, and he wrote his first novel in 1985.
Traditional food in this country, for example, plov, that is a typical rice, piti, that is a typical soup, and dubara, that are dumplings filled with meat.
A popular Formula One race takes place in the capital city of this country, that is Baku, surrounded by a lot of castles and high walls. It's one of the most classic and important circuits in the world.
Edward Shevardnadze was a political president of his country between 1995 and 2003. He served as Minister for Foreign Affairs of the Soviet Union from 1985 until the dissolution of that country in 1991. After the dissolution, he served as President of the Republic. He became a member of the Central Committee of the CPSU in 1976.
In this country took place the Revolution of Roses or Rose Revolution, that was a pacific change of power between the last Soviet president to a republic.
In this country they speak many languages. The wrong one, and this is their alphabet, Armenian, Russian,
Ossetia, and Abkhazia. In total, there are 5 languages.
The most important dish in my country is the kachapuri. It is a mash filled with meat and cheese with a broken neck on the top. It is shaped like a boat.
And finally, these are 2 important monuments in this country. They are called the Petit Trinity Church and Nilkara Fortress.
The capital city of this country is Yerevan. There is a very famous lake called Sevan. Also, it is very famous the Mount Ararats. In the north of these mountains, there is a dormant volcano.
This country was a victim of genocide that occurs in 1915 by the Ottoman Empire. The Turkish soldiers killed a lot of people because of racist problems.
Some of them are atheists. For them, the church is like their home. The cemeteries are very well cared of, and some of them believe in the Christian vision of death and the afterlife.
Karam Khachaturian was a very famous contemporary classical composer. He is considered the principal composer of this country. He was born on 6 June of 1993, and he died on 1 May of 1978. This is an example of his music.